Have you ever wondered what happens when an exorcism goes wrong? When the doors opened during the ritual should have remained closed? This is the terrifying true story of 16-year-old Maria, a girl whose life would never be the same after an encounter with something far darker than anyone could have imagined. Maria had always been a normal teenager, until one day she started speaking to someone who wasn't there. At first, her family thought it was just stress, but when the nightmares started, things changed. Maria would wake up screaming, insisting that something was in her room. What began as whispers in the night turned into a chilling presence no one could explain. Then came the scratches, deep, violent marks on her walls, on her body. But the scariest part, one night, her parents heard her laughing at 3 a.m. They rushed to her room only to find her still asleep. It didn't stop there. One night, security footage captured something horrifying. Maria, sitting in her bed, suddenly snapped her head around, grinning like a predator. But there was something else, her eyes completely black. Terrified and desperate, her family called in a priest to perform an exorcism. But when he stepped into Maria's room, he froze. "She's not alone," he whispered. What happened next still haunts those who witnessed it. The priest began the ritual, but what he faced was far beyond anything he could have prepared for. Maria screamed in a voice that wasn't her own. Windows shattered, candles snuffed out in an instant. Then the priest, trembling, whispered, "This isn't possession, it's something worse." Hours passed. Maria thrashed, convulsed, and then silence. The family sighed in relief, thinking it was over. But then Maria smiled, and then she laughed. Her eyes still pitch black, she whispered, "He's still here." Maria was never the same again. Her voice, her personality, everything was gone. But there was one thing she still said, over and over. In an old VHS tape, she looked into the camera and whispered, "It wasn't me that left." Some doors should never be opened. Some entities never leave. If you're still watching, it's not too late to escape the darkness. Possession is real, and there are spirits waiting for their next host. Could it be you?
Look behind you. Look behind you.